Going sailing.
Going sailing.
Going sailing.
How much did we pay for this?
Some time.
Yeah, that's true. We did invest some time. Getting to know people too, so that's rad.
Get to know people, yeah. Figure out what kind of boats we like and don't like, and
Our boat tonight is 37 foot.
uh-huh.
Mad props to the folks at Seattle Sailing Club. They do a kick-ass job of outreach and community involvement and making noobs like us feel welcome.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you.
Last time on Proteus Rising, we made a plan to sell the house and buy a boat. We did a few college visits for our son's future, and we went to a lot of baseball games. Once baseball season was over, that ushered in our brief vacation season, which for us means lots of fishing and crabbing. This year, it meant looking at sailboats too, and all of that was squeezed into just a few short weeks before Tank's senior football season starts. Oh, and we made quite the event out of the solar eclipse, too.
He thinks he's driving on the water. Your beard's looking rather Dumbledore-ish this morning, darling.
So bad.
You didn't put any beard balm in it,
There's no
did you?
product in this beard. That's,
Where are we going?
we're going to Bremerton.
Why
Because it's the hardest possible way to get to Illinois State Park.
And why did we do it that way?
Because we wanted to get on the ferry.
We wanted to go for a ferry
We wanted
ride.
to go for a ferry ride.
And
It's not summer vacation without a ferry ride.
That's right. And it's the closest thing we can do to getting on a boat today, right?
Yeah. We're on the water, so that's something.
And what are we going to do when we get to Bremerton?
Well, we're driving around to Illinois State Park, right?
And what are we going to do there?
Oh, we're going crabbing.
And
Fishing.
and
Picnic, maybe a
you
swim.
didn't bring the poles.
Oh, balls. Where are they?
I don't know. Oh, they're in the garage.
Oh. Guess I put them away.
Yeah, way to go. We always forget something. It's okay.
Remembered the chairs today, though. So
You remembered the chairs today. Well, we can always sit on the buckets. But,
That's true. The buckets are nice for that.
Mm-hmm.
Adequate.
They're adequate, yeah. How was last night?
Oh, last night was amazing. Holy cow. I mean, it was off to a bit of a rough start, right, with the boat, the mechanical issues. But mad props to our captain, Nick. He recognized the issue, got us back to the dock safely without any damage to the vessel. And Savannah came busting over from Seattle Sailing Club and tried everything she could to get a quick fix and get us out on the water. Didn't work out, so we ended up on a much smaller vessel. But that was kind of cool too, right? Because it was a much smaller vessel, so we got a lot more of the effect of being heeled over in the wind. We got out there with the other racers. What a madhouse it was out there with all the boats going every which way. A ton of fun. Didn't get very wet, just a few wave splashes. And then just as the sun was setting, it was time to head back in. And we had beer and brats. I mean, again, I said it already, but mad props to Seattle Sailing Club for doing such a great job being welcoming to sailing newbies, right? And getting us involved in the community and making us feel like we're part of something.
Yeah, and mad props to Skipper Nick and First Mate Joan because they got saddled with the newbies.
The newbies, that's right.
They were like, you have no sailing experience. And then what happened to our crab pot when we came back?
Oh, yeah. So our crab pot was in the water for 6 hours, and we pulled it up, and there was one lonely little red rock crab in it. And I'm pretty sure that after 6 hours, there ought to have been more crabs in it than one. So I'm thinking somebody else was taking advantage of our equipment while we were out at under sail.
And what's the unspoken word about if somebody's got a crab trap out?
Oh, it's not unspoken. It's written down. It's a violation of Washington state law to touch somebody else's crab trap. So whoever you were, mess with our crab pot, yours.
When we came back from sailing, it was a party on the dock because the slack tide was coming in at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. So when we pulled our trap at like 10:30, the park closes at 11:30. So I don't know what they were doing.
Who knows?
But yeah, not cool. Whoever messed with our trap.
Well,
So
you'll get yours.
Yep, Triton will come back at you for sure. All right, well, say goodbye. We'll see you later.
See ya.
In between vacation fun, we did some purging.
So, I'm not like a civil engineer or anything, but I kind of think maybe we could use more than one electronics recycle event every 6 months. That line you see behind me is all people in line waiting to get into the entrance. They're using the neighboring elementary school just as a Disneyland line, a serpentine, to control the traffic flow into the recycle event. Got here at 9:15, gates opened at 9, and I'm at the back of the line.
Hi! Greg finally got me a selfie stick because I seriously have the shortest arms on the planet. But he's off at the recycling event, and I am slowly but surely purging stuff inside the house. Yeah, he's doing the electronics that have been in the garage forever. This is our closet. It's gonna be, our closet right now is about the size that our berth will be in the sailboat. So we have some work to do. And this side is all my stuff. And this side is all of Greg's stuff, plus some of our motorcycling gear. So if there's anybody out there who's like really hot to have some motorcycling gear, although I've had this motorcycling jacket since I was 18 and I'm 50. I don't really know where to start except for if it doesn't fit me, if it's too big, it's too small, it goes. And that's going to be a lot of work. But hey, but life, what can you say?
And it just took about exactly an hour to get through line and drop off my stuff, but at least all that electronic stuff didn't go in the landfill, so that's a win.
So the pattern for our vacation was a lot of time on the water, a little bit of sailing, a little bit of crabbing and fishing, and then we had to go back to land and do a lot of purging and ready the house to sell. But on Sundays, we took it easy and spent a lot of time learning about sailboats, learning about sailing, and looking for boats.
So, mad plug for sailboatdata.com. When I find a boat online, like on Craigslist, and I'm kind of interested in it, I'm like, hey, okay, so the owner lists a bunch of stuff, but I want to know like what the real specs are on the boat. Just pop over to sailboatdata.com and you get the sail plan, you get all of the stats like its sail area, its weight, displacement, all that kind of stuff. So you can really get a good feel for the boat you're looking at.
And this one that we're looking at, what is the draft actually?
It is 6 1/4 feet, 1.9 meters. Close, yeah. About the max. Of course, it's a 41-foot boat too, so 6-foot draft on a 41-foot boat is not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Despite the long draft, we went to look at this boat. What are you doing? Tank could sleep in there just fine. And then there's the galley area where, or somebody wasn't on shift, they could crash out and just take a nap or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of work.
A lot of little stuff. I was
though.
really impressed with most of the infrastructure on the boat. It seemed to be mostly have been really well cared for. Mm-hmm. So even though it's a little older than we were hoping, or we're targeting,
it's been meticulously maintained.
It really has, yeah.
For a boat that's 43 years old,
yeah.
Pretty good.
And so like you said, the running's a little frayed, or the running rigging is aged. It definitely needs to be hauled out and cleaned up. I can see there's a lot of gunk on the hull below the waterline.
Yeah, or hire a diver.
Yeah. Well, it'd get hauled out for our survey anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I love the galley. I love the walk-through galley to the rear berth.
Yeah, to
nice,
the cabin
spacious
captain's berth.
Rear cabin.
Just one head though. It used to have two, and the former owner pulled it out and put like a work area, a desk.
Right, a desk, which it kind of works. That needs some tweaking too, I think. But
it's not quite right, but
it's having a desk in there would be all
ideal.
Right.
We're gonna need a desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could sit at the galley table too, and work if you wanted to, but
so mostly beautiful condition, great spacious boat. I love the above deck.
Yeah.
The foredeck.
Yeah, the foredeck's really nice.
Yeah.
So, number one's a contender.
It's gonna the next ones we look at have some features to live up to for sure.
Yep. Okay. Bye. Where are we going, baby?
I forgot the name of the place. It's somewhere in the South Sound.
Joemma State Park.
Joemma State Park.
Yeah.
Shoot him. Go Joemma. Go Bob. Go crabbing at Joemma.
So we went sailing last night, and
yeah, that was cool. We got to fly the spinnaker.
We got to fly the spinnaker, and we really learned a lot about tacking and jibbing, and our knot tying skills are getting pretty damn good. And in fact, one of the people on the boat said to me that it was really obvious that we had been reading lots and studying and practicing.
Take exit 25.
That's pretty cool. And sorry about the Google navigation.
Thanks, Google.
Thanks, Google. But anyways, so we're gonna go crabbing and check out the South Sound area, a little town called Long Branch, Washington, and we'll probably end up at a marina looking at boats. But and then we have to get home to take care of our animals because there's fireworks in our backyard tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Our little Twin Peaks town has a festival second weekend in August all the time, celebrating summer and community, and have a big fireworks show. And our dogs hate fireworks, so we have to be there to make sure that they're comforted, and of course hang out with our neighbors and watch the show. So here's to some good fishing today. Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye.
Get down, so get down, so you can jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump up and get down.
Getting to know the Seattle sailing community was a lot of fun, but there's no fun until the work gets done, and we have a lot of purging work still to do in order to sell the house and buy a boat. These are just 2 bookshelves. I have another one of antique books there above my writing desk, which is a total mess right now because I've been unpacking boxes which were in our storage unit and in our attic that we haven't touched in a freaking decade. But there was some important paperwork in one of them, and it's just stacked. And some gifts that I'm sending out to friends as I purge, pieces of art, pieces of memorabilia. But my books, I'm really having a hard time figuring out what I'm going to do with that. I am a bibliophile. I'm a writer. I'm a reader. I'm an editor. I'm a creative person, and these represent creativity to me. So if anybody has any ideas about how to get rid of these things, what would be beneficial, I, in addition, excuse the yard sale mess, have this entire bookcase of nothing but signed books. So yeah, books. What do we do with them? I don't know. And there's 3 bookshelves in my bedroom as well, and 1 in the living room. So yeah, help a sister out, would you? As this chapter comes to a close, we invite you to join us next time as our boat search gets hot and heavy and Casz has to crush Greg's dreams. In the meantime, spread some of that YouTube love and like, comment, and subscribe. Find more information about us and this crazy plan of going from land to sea and all around the world at proteusrising.com.